needs of information, know what is redundancy, when it is advantageous or not, what is simple and choice reaction time, and an introduction of the Hick-Hyman law. So our intention class tomorrow, we will be giving you yung inyong next set of laboratory, and let us see kung kayo naman ay madalas na dito, kung ano yung possibility to say extend yung, yung submission kasi next week nandito kayo, baka maigsi yung 1 week. So, nag-iisip ako ng target date para mabigyan naman kayo ng mas mahabang oras. Okay? So, let us start. Nakaumpisa na tayo actually po dito sa information. Good morning, present. Sige, noted Garcia. Change ko lang class yung kay Garcia. Yeah. So, let's start. So, information processing theory. I think I have already started yung discussion nito last week. Nung previous week po, so information in an everyday sense of the word is knowledge received regarding a particular fact. Okay? The more we know, class, may nagsabi sa amin, I recall, during our third year, way back 20 years ago, our president of the university, kay President Teresa Ringquillo, is very remarkable to me. And I remember up to this time, instructor ko siya sa 3 subjects yata or 2. Kasi I was from the ECE, not originally from IE. So sabi niya, the more you know, the more you don't know. And up to this time, I would agree na totoo yun. Bakit? Kasi habang dumadami ang alam mo, mas lalo ka nagkakaroon ng curiosity. And the more you'll have questions about uh, any any topic under the sun. Do you agree also with that statement? The more you know, the more you don't know. Can I see? How many people? You don't have to mo kailangan maniwala. Kanya-kanya yun. Pero naniwala ko dun na habang nagkaroon tayo ng kaalaman, mas dumadami ang hindi natin alam. Kasi we want to know more about it. Also, in a technical sense, information is the reduction of uncertainty about a fact. So of course, you have to put context on the knowledge or what you have to know about a certain topic or a certain matter. So again, in a technical sense, reduction of information. So you have to put boundary. So for example, you just want to know about the definition, and then after you have known na the definition, therefore, you already know it. And the next time you will be presented of that same definition, you would say na, oh, nothing was learned because I already know it. So we can only totally say that we are 100% informed, or we are 100% familiar or knowledgeable about the fact when we put boundary to what we need to learn or what we need to know. Kasi nga po sabi natin, the things that you can know about a certain matter is unlimited, and we cannot achieve the full information or knowledge about it. But you have to take it by parts, put boundary, that's so that you can say na, I already gained what is required. So, meaning to say, kung meron pong isang fact na gusto mong matutunan about or merong facts naman gusto mong matututunan about a certain uh, information, so hatiin natin siya into 3 parts. So, kung naalaman mo na yung part 1, kung ang hindi mo na lang alam, yung remaining 2 parts. So, by it means lang po na nare-reduce yung iyong uncertainty, nare-reduce yung iyong unawareness, nare-reduce yung pagiging not knowledgeable mo about that fact. Again, knowledge is unlimited, information is unlimited, but to be able to measure how well you know, how much you know, you have to put boundary or scope with regards to each of the part that you have to learn or discover. So information processing theory, there is a relationship between the likelihood of an event and the amount of information it conveys, such that the amount of information class can be measured mathematically in terms of the use of the probabilities. I was already able to inform you that information is being measured in terms of bit or bits in plural form. And the word bit or term bit comes from the first letter, first two letters of the word binary and the last letter of the word digit. And this binary digit is the common language that we are using when you are doing codings in computer or communication theory, which represents class the 0, 1, or the on and off state of a chip, microchip, polarized, or that would be a positive, negative, or polarized, reverse polarized position of the ferromagnetic core, which is being used in our computer memories. So again, bit, which is the measure of information, you have to decide if the outcomes would be equally likely or non-equally likely. What do you mean by that? Equally likely means there is an equal probability of a certain representative of that information to occur. And unequally likely, there is a bias that one or more parts of the information would occur more or more frequent than the other part of the information. So, in information processing theory, it is very important for us to quantify the flow of information so that we'll be able to determine if the operator who will be dealing or confronting this information would be able to process, okay, utilize his skill or accommodate the information well based on his capacity. So, on the next topics we will discuss after midterms, there is a concept about cognitive workload that it should be properly measured to avoid confusion, irritation, or any negative impact to the operator. Which means we must not overload our worker or operator. When I say worker operator, it does not mean the lowest ranking work position in a manufacturing or service industry. When I say operator worker, I'm talking about a person who is subject to receiving information, and that could be us, it could be you. Are we clear when I say worker or operator? It refers to a person, not to the worker itself. Okay? So, generic po yung ating pagbanggit. To continue, the measure, so quantify the flow of information, and then measure task difficulty. If the worker, the degree of difficulty of the work, the nature of the work is, ano po, is different. There are easy tasks, moderate, and difficult tasks, complex tasks. And if the tasks are complex, the information that should be conveyed to the worker or to the operator should be simple. That would not make his or her work more complex or difficult or hard to attend to. Okay, so measure task difficulty by determining the rate at which information is being presented. It should be in a way that operator can be provided time or will be provided time to process, to make, create alternatives, be able to decide properly, and come up with a corresponding or appropriate action. So, you should have an alignment or match between the difficulty of the task and the degree of difficulty to understand or comprehend with the information that should be used to be able to execute task or to continue on operation. Measure processing efficiency, which means how do we use the amount of information per unit of time. As mentioned in part number 2 or point number 2, we should be given an appropriate time to be able to come up with alternatives, decision, and appropriate action. And also to give feedback, which is very important because we have discussed previously that a closed loop system is better than the open loop. You have to make corrections, you have to make adjustments, okay? And that could be performed if we give feedback from the implemented or yes action or executed action. Point number 4, we should provide metrics. Metrics means class are uh, to measure, say, quality in terms of a certain unit, productivity in terms of a certain unit again, efficiency. So metrics are our references to say if we are good or not. Okay? So provide metrics based on standards. Provide metrics to compare human performance across a wide number of different tasks. Kasi po, sabi natin kanina, there are different tasks. The tasks have their inherent difficulty. And when we say inherent, naturalesa, likas, ano, hindi pa influence yung person, walang influence ng person yung kanyang ability, yung kanyang skill, kanyang capacity. Wala pa yung factor na yun, ang bawat isang task ay may taglay na sadyang naturalesang hirap. So kung paano ito dadali, it depends on who will be the operator performing the task and what will be the training that you'll be providing to that person. So in information theory, it's very important to determine the number of events to occur, the sequence, and the content of the event, and the probability of the events to happen. So, mathematically or quantitatively measuring the information, we have here two. The not actually two. There are three, but we will focus first on these two. First one is for equally likely outcome. Again, as I've said, equally likely outcome means each outcome will have or have the same probability, probability or chance to occur or happen. A simple example class of an equally likely outcome is the simple tossing of, or tossing na lang, tossing of a coin. So when you toss a coin, as long as it's fair, not biased, there would be two equally likely outcomes. What could be the outcome? Can you type on the chat box, everyone? You toss a coin, it's a fair coin, what will be the outcomes? Okay, send po. Head or tails? So, ang tamang sagot actually class ay head or tail lamang. Ano? Hindi siya pwede maging tails. Kasi sabi ko, toss a coin. And it's just once. So, correct naman po yun. Okay, head. Okay, the head and the tail. If we will be quantifying the probability, what will be the probability of each of the outcome? P of H and P of T. Okay, what will be the probability? Madali lang naman yung example, no? Hindi pa kailangan ng solution. Alam na alam natin yan. Pakisend po. Ano ang probability? Yes, 50%, 0.5. So, can you send me any icon on the screen? Is clear to you what does it mean by an equally likely outcome? Okay, so that is a 0.5. Okay, 0.5 po ang probability nila. Okay, which is equal to both the head and the tail, or 50%. So, our point is, class, For equally likely outcome, our formula will be H, H, which is the amount of information, no, the formula H is equal to logarithmic and base 2 of our n. H is the amount of information measured in bits, and n will be the number of equally likely outcomes. If you'd like to solve the first problem, class, the tossing of the coin, then it will be H is equal to logarithmic and base 2 of the number of equally likely outcomes. How many equally likely outcomes? All alternatives, that is 2. On a toss coin, it's the head and the tail. So that will be log on base 2 of our n, which is 2. Can you please type the result with the complete unit? H equals the answer, and it should be bit or bits. Okay. Notes take po tayo. Then grab your calculator na. Can use the front or back pages of your material. Class, meron naman kayo material, di ba? For this topic, can you confirm? Okay, thank you. So you may now send the answers. The answer rather. So that class is a one bit of information. Okay, one bit of information. One bit. So class, hindi naman tayo unfamiliar sa bit, no? And everyday, nagagamit natin yan, especially doon sa ating internet connection, no? So, 1,000 bit is 1 kilobyte, KB. And kapag bumibili tayo ng memory storage, di nasa ano na tayo, mga gigabyte. Tera pala, tera giga. Okay, anyway, so that is our formula, and that is the way we solve. We have already one problem presented, which is the tossing of the coin, and there is an alternative formula to be used to be able to find the same value. And the log of n base 2 is equivalent to 1.4427 multiplied by the ln of n. So, applying to the first problem that we have, use this formula and simply substitute 2 to this n because we have two equally likely outcomes. And can you please resend the value of your h together with the correct unit? Okay, use the alternative formula and we'll check if we will arrive at the same value. Okay, your answer, that is just the same 1 bit. Okay, so what will you be using on your examination? It depends kung alin po yung gusto mo, kaya mag-double check ka po using both of the formula. Okay, we'll have more example problems later na lang siguro, but let me do my discussion as the sequence, okay, dyan sa ating slide. Letter B, for not equally likely outcome. So for not equally likely outcome means there is a probability that one or more of the outcomes involved will occur more than or lesser than the other outcomes. And when you have that situation, what you will be doing is H, the amount of information, is equal to the summation of the probabilities multiplied by the log and base 2, logarithmic and base 2, of the ratio of 1 and the probability Pi. So Pi is the probability of the particular event from 1, from I is equal to 1 up to n. And I is equal to the alternatives 1 to n. Okay, so let's go to the next page for some application. Okay, the nagawa na natin, similar problem po are, with only two alternatives such as an on and off state of a chip or a toss of unweighted means fair, unbiased coin, how many bit information was presented. So, that will be h is equal to log rhythmic on base 2 of 2, which is also equal to 1.4427 multiplied by ln of 2, and we come, uh, we're able to solve that it is equal to 1 bit of information. Okay, can you send me any icon on the screen? We're clear with problem 1. Okay, feel free, chat po natin ako kasi naka volume off. Um, Feel free to message, raise your hand if you have clarification or anything that you'd like to tell me. Okay, next, another problem number 2. With 10 equally likely alternatives, such as the numbers from 0 to 9, how many bits of information? How do we say that's equally likely outcome? We have only 0 to 9. Uh, all of the numbers, okay, all numbers are used or are to be used just once. Okay? Presented once lang, as in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and that is a total of n, which is equal to 10. Okay? 10 data. So to solve, that will be h is equal to logarithmic and base 2 of 10 equally likely outcomes, which is 1.4427 ln of 10. Okay, and your answer will be send in the chat box. Of course, you do not expect a lot of this type of question, plus, ano, naman na sigurong isa sa exam. Ay, at napaka-simple. So, hindi naman ganun yung mga problem na i-deal natin in the future. So, that is 3.32 bits or 3.3219 bits. 3.3219 bits of information. I'd like to have an example number 3 here. So, for example, our n is equal to 20, what will be our h? Okay, this is just an additional problem because I'd like to come up with a conclusion. Okay, can you please send if n is 20 and that is equally likely, what is our h? So that is 4.3219. 4 point, saan yan? 4.3219 bits. How about class? Last one. How about n is 40? What will be the h? I'm trying to establish something, class. And I'll have the we'll have the conclusion later. How about 40? 5.3219 bits. 5.3219 bits. I hope you already noticed something with the data presented. Okay, what statement, what conclusion can you get from these three solutions? That when n is 10 is 3.3219, if n is 20 is 4.3219, if n is 40, that is 5.3219. What conclusion? Aside from increasing, yes, it's true. So, pero hindi yun ang aking hinahanap. Sabi ni Malvicino, nandiyan ka na pala Malvicino. I-mark muna natin si Malvicino as present. Okay, kanina kasi wala siya. Okay, everyone is here na. So, aside from increasing, so, dun sa point na increasing, tama naman po yung nagsabi noon. Thank you for your answer. So, we can initially conclude that as the number of n equally likely outcomes increases, the amount of information being presented is also increasing or higher. On the other hand, tama yung sinabi ni Malvecino that it was noticed, class, it was noticed that every additional of 10 equally likely outcome, it produces or it presents an additional one bit of information. Tama po ba? Naintindihan nyo? Sabi dito, nag increase po ng 1, sabi ni Vanessa. But we have to be very certain. Ano, tama yung na-notice nyo? But ang mas tamang sagot po ay for every 10 equally likely outcomes, ay there would be an additional one bit of information presented. Okay? So, ganun class. Pag mag-a-analyze kayo ng inyong data, you have to be critical thinking po. Okay. Now, let us have some examples or not equally likely outcome. So, consider a coin class, okay? The same coin, a coin weighted so that when say weighted, it's not fair, it's a biased coin, okay? One of the side will have a greater chance to occur, so you don't have to play or to bet without assuring that the coin is not biased, okay? So there's a weighted coin so that heads probability of having a head, pH of head is equal to 90%, and the probability of the tail, even without mentioning, of course, will be 10% because the probability should always be equal to 1. Okay? That's a rule. 10%. So what is the amount of information? So, what we will do is, using the formula, that is summation multiplied by logarithmic on base 2 of 1 over pi. Saglit lang kasi, isilipin ko lang yung alternative formula din. Okay. For our solution, class, it would be the amount of information is equal to logarithmic on base 2 of 1 over our probability, which is 0.9. Plus, which occurred just once. Ano, isang beses lang. Pwede mo yung i-multiply ng 1. Tapos one time lang din naman na pwedeng mag-occur yung tail. Okay? Huwag niyo po akong bigyan ng final answer. I want, answer which are separated. So, ang bigay niyo po sa akin, class, is yung, say, h of, h of h and h of tail. Yan, ipag-separate mo po. Tapos saka natin i-add. Okay, so that we can come up with yung sabi ni Gerald, as n doubles po, the value of h increases by 1. So, hindi po natin masabi na correct yung statement na yon kasi paano kung ang n ay 2, tapos naging 4 siya? Mag-i-increase na ba agad ng 1 yon? Hindi ako certain doon. Ano po, mas certain tayo based on the solution that for every 10 additional outcome, equally likely, there would be a 1 bit increase. Tama ba, Gerald? Nakuha niyo ba, class, yung explanation? May pahabol kasi dito si GQ. Kasi po, ma'am, yung kanina ay 20 to 40. Ah, sige, balikan natin. Baka naman may point siya. Ano? Ano natin? Ah, correct. Ah, oo, tama. Ah, akala ko 30 are. Sorry, class. Mali ako ng na ano. I thought I gave a 30. Tama pala. O, rephrase natin, class. Ito 10, naging 20, double po yun. Tapos 20, naging 40, double. Yun, mas correct pala yun. Ah, sorry. My fault. Occupied ako. I was thinking na 30 yan. Kaya, ibig sabihin ng class, nung tinanong ko yan sa inyo, naging point of interest ko lang siya. Wala talaga kung further background na yun yung concept behind that. Kumbaga na-notice ko lang, ay, nag-increase. And in my mind, ang naisip ko, akala ko 30 talaga yun. Ano, kumbaga, we have proven a point which is not universally being discussed, but I just included it because I noticed during the solution that there's an additional of 1. So, akala kong ginawa ko 10, 20, 30. Sige, tama pala yun. Correct po siya, correct. As n doubles, age increases by 1. Correct po. Thank you, Gerald. Okay, again, class, ano, yung pagkakastate ko po nung ating conclusion is not by intention, but it was just noticed along the way na tayo ay nagsosolve. Okay? Thank you. And that's good that we're having participation from the class. Anyway, let's go back to and feel free to comment po. Yan. Minsan pag sobrang preoccupied din, it too happens. Okay, H po. Ang tagal ko kasi habang iniintay, no? Ang tagal kong nag-check ng paper nyo, almost 10 hours. Mahirap mag-check ng papel. Gandahan niyo yung sulat. May isa akong nasulatan ng hard to read. Sobrang tiny kasi ng sulat. Alam ko, marami akong times na nagmamadali sa pagsusulat din, hard to read din. Pero during exam class, awa niya na. Huwag niyo pong tinyhan. I don't have any bad intention when I say hard to read. I just want to say na please improve next time. Hindi ko talaga mabasa po. Okay, your answer po, H muna sa H, dun sa head part muna. Point 1520. Plus, tama ba yan? And sa tail 3.3219. 3.3219. And then, what will be the total? Okay, total po. Yan. Wait lang ha. At tingnan ko lang at baka namamali ako ng sinulat na formula. Wait lang, class. Gumagawa ko ng correction agad. Okay. Saglit. Nakamali ang akin na isulat. Masyadong malaki kasi class, no? Tingnan ko lamang. Minsan nakakalimot ng principal. Okay, baka mali akong pagkakasubstitute. Okay, wait. Para mapalitan ko agad yung solution. I just noticed that it's masyado malaki. There's summation. Summation ng PI multiplied by, wait lang ha, parang kulang ako ng, ako din naman naka-notice kasi I have an idea on mind what should be the value. Point. Let me calculate it first ha. Okay. So, tama nga ang aking initial na, asa na yun? So class, may na-miss akong part. Na-identify ko din naman kaagad, parang sabi ko masyadong malaki. So, aring summation, aring P class, probability ay i-multiply pa natin. So, ibig sabihin, meron po ditong 0.9. Chinek ko lang nga. At sabi ko, ba't parang masyadong mataas yung number? Yan. Pahingi po ulit ng sagot. So, that will be 0.9 summation of P. So, kaya class naka-summation yun, baka there are several possible na outcomes na same yung probability. Okay, so, paki-send po ulit ng answers. Kasi sobra akong nalakihan doon sa sagot. Okay, send muna ulit po natin. Plus, ang gagamitin nyo ay HT. Ibig sabihin ay HH. Yung para lang sa H, saka yung HT para dun sa kabilang part. Yan. At saka yung total. Tapos H, which is the total. Yan, tatlong component to. Okay, can you please resend your answers? Nilagsan na ba? Flash your answer, please. 0.9 multiplied by logarithmic base 2 of 1 over 0.9. Yun po yung sa HH. And then 0.1 multiplied by logarithmic base 2 of 1 over 0.10. Yan, nare-receive ko na. Medyo mabagal lang ang internet natin. 0.1368. So it should be bit kasi mas maliit. Di ba nga, John Paul and Ken, wala munang S. Less than 1. Yan, 0.1368. Okay, 0.1368 plus information brought by the 10% lang. HT po, 0.32, 3322, 0.3322. Okay. And then the total will be the total is 0.4690. Okay, 0.4690. Okay, you should take note, class, that on most problems that we deal with, yung equally likely, we're talking about a coin, yung equally likely outcome, A, we have an H, which is equal to 1 bit. But, for letter B, which is awaited with 90% probability to be a head and a 10% probability to be a tail, it is lower, 0.4690, diba? Notice natin 1 as compared to 0.4690. So, what we wanted to say is that since the amount of information, 0.4690, conveyed by the weighted coin is less than the amount of information conveyed by the unweighted coin, which is 1, this simply want to tell us that, you can take note of this, again class, take note of this, the maximum amount of information, is always obtained when the probabilities are equally likely. Again, the maximum amount of information is always obtained when the probabilities are equally likely. Why? Because the more likely an alternative becomes, the less information is being conveyed. Ulitin ko, bakit natin sinasabi na the maximum amount of information is usually conveyed by an equally likely outcomes? Kasi class, kapag yung ating information is unequally likely, mas bumababa yung ating uncertainty. Ulitin ko, kung yung coin ay fair, tapos tayo ay magkalaban, nag-toss coin tayo, sa bawat hagis nun, pareho ang probability na 50%. So, hindi mo masabi na mananalo ka na, tail ka, at mananalo ako, na head ako. Kasi, ang totoo nun, pareho tayo ng chance, hindi natin masabi kung anong lalabas. You can make a guess, it could be correct, but it does not necessarily mean that you've been correct because you know. On the other hand, kapag alam mo na ilang beses mo nang na-try, nag-toss coin tayo, ako'y head, ikaw ay tail, laging lalabas yung head kasi bias yung coin, weighted siya. So, kung makailang beses na tayong toss, mahahalata at mahahalata mo na palaging head yung lalabas at baka sabihin mo, madaya ako. So, kung ito-throw mo yon and the next time, parang hindi ka na clueless or nagkakaroon ka ng mas malaking certainty na head talaga ang lalabas. Naintindihan nyo ba, class? Bakit mas malaking information kapag equally likely? Kasi yung degree of certainty mo doon, equal. Pero sa unequally likely, merong alternatives, merong outcomes, mas certain na lalabas. So ngayon, yung kung tatanungin ka, ano kaya lalabas din sa coin na ari kapag tinas ko? Most likely sabi mo, malaking certainty ko, pupusta pa ako. Head yan. So the lesser is the information being presented. Do you get the point? Everyone? Okay, so again, the maximum information is being presented, being conveyed, is always the highest in equally likely. Okay? And the higher the probability to occur of a certain outcome, the lesser is the uncertainty of that outcome. Okay? Kasi mas nagkakaroon ka ng confidence na mag-o-occur yung outcome na yun. Kaya nga, in a technical sense, information is the reduction of uncertainty. So sa problem na to, ng Toscoy na 90% yung head, so na-reduce na yung uncertainty mo kung ano ang possible na outcome. Kasi tumaas ang certainty mo na head yung lalabas. Okay? To continue, we have here another example of not equally likely outcome which is longer. Okay, so psychologists are often interested in measuring the average information conveyed by a series of events with different probabilities. Okay, so we have this formula and there are events presented here. Okay, it can be worded, it can be tabulated. So there are events A, B, and C, D, A, B, C, D. Each of the events have the given probabilities 0.5, 0.25, 0.125, and 0.125 also. Okay, now, um, question, ng, saan ka mas nagkakaroon ng lesser uncertainty? Parang, anong event ang mas nagkakaroon ka ng katiyakan na ito ay mangyayari? Can you send the event letter A, B, C, D? Kung magkakaroon ka ng guess, alin kaya ang mas mag-o-occur? Saan kaya mas reduce yung uncertainty mo? Saan kaya yung lesser information? Can you send the letter? Based on probabilities lang. Saan mas reduce yung information na na-convey, mako-convey, A, B, C, or D? Just based on probability and not on the answer. So the answer is event A because it offers or it possess a higher probability. So ibig sabihin, alin ang mas mangyayari? Alin ang mas tiyakang mangyayari? Ay di yung A. So yung A, konting information na yung ino-offer, parang sinasabi nila, uy, mas mangyayari ako dyan sa iba. So medyo mas may alam ka ng info tungkol kay A. Kaya konting information ang na-learn mo mula sa kanya. Parang alam mo na agad na, oh, madami na akong alam tungkol sa'yo eh. Mas madalas na ikaw ang mangyayari. Yan, ganun yun. Ano. If they can only talk. So, to compute, we have 1 over pi. So, this is equivalent to 1 over 0.5. Pwede namang idiretso mo sa calculator. Ito lang ay mas detailed ang presentation. This is 1 over 0.25. This is 1 over 0.125. And this is 1 over 0.125. Okay, can you please check? Is this row 1 over pi correct? Is this correct? Can you please send on the chat box? Sabihin mo na lang, correct po yung row. Kung na-check mo na. That 1 over 0.5 is 2, 1 over 0.25 is 4, 1 over 1.25 is 8. Okay, thank you. So let's have the next row. Logarithmic and base 2 of 1 over pi. So that will be 1. Ay, mali pala. Log base 2 of 2. So the answer should be 1. This would be, ay, lakihan ko po ng 1 by 1. Ito pong 2, yan po ay galing sa log base 2 of 4. This is log base 2 of 3. And logarithmic base 2 of 8 rather, 8. 8. Correct po ba yung row na yon? Yes, correct ang row. Correct. Clear na? And then, the next thing that you have to do is you multiply. You multiply this part. So that would be its probability 0.5. You multiplied by the answer, which is 1. This is 0.25. You multiply it by 2. This is 0.125. You multiplied by 3. And a 0.125, you multiplied it by 3. Is that row correct? That the answer is 0.5, 0.375, 0.375. Kaya lang, class, bakit parehong 0.5 yun? Okay. Sige, tama naman. Okay, can you check if that last row information is correct? Correct na. And then, perform the summation. Okay, perform the summation and send H. Okay, send H po. What is H? You simply add. Okay, add. Okay, send H with the correct unit. Okay, so that is 1.75. Okay, 1.75. And then you will notice, class, yung statement sa baba, low probability events convey more information because they occur infrequently. Kumbaga dahil bihira siyang mag-occur, mas konting knowledge ang nagiging natin from them. Unlike doon sa high probability events, because they are appearing more frequent, the more information that we learn from them, and then through time, the lesser information or uncertainties we need to know more. Ana? So the answer is 1.75. And then class, if you want to compare, yung age po ng natin, ng equally likely, that would be H is equal to log and base 2 of 4 outcomes. 4 outcomes is A, B, C, and D. Can you give the value for the equally likely outcome? Log of 4 base 2? Your answer? 2 bits. So what's the point? Pinrove lang po natin na the maximum amount of information will always be conveyed if the outcomes are equally likely, and less information will be conveyed if the outcomes have different probabilities. Are we clear? Class? Okay ba tayo? Yan. Of course, we'll not have a break kasi 2 hour lang naman class yun. No? The next is sequential constraint and context. And this will apply po mapapansin nyo class yung ilalim. Ito po. Pi given x. Okay, probability of I given x. And that talks about conditional probability. Kaya talagang very important class ang probability knowledge mo dito sa subject na ergonomics 2. Kung mapansin nyo sa signal detection, we use probability. In this part, we use also probability. So, before we proceed with the problem in relation to that particular number 3, let us have muna this part. Ano, sabi ko nga sa inyo, let us discuss in the order of presentation. So, I'm halfway through my presentation. So, sabi dito, nabanggit ko kanina, note that the information conveyed by a weighted coin is less than the amount of information conveyed by an unweighted coin. And this is very important. Plus, the maximum amount of information is always obtained when the probabilities are equally likely. Okay, because, sabi dyan, more likely an alternative becomes, okay, more likely an alternative becomes, the less information is being conveyed. And this concept that we have discussed, plus yung dalawang point na iyon, na in-establish, it would lead to the concept of redundancy. Okay? So redundancy class is the reduction of information from the maximum possible due to the unequal probabilities of occurrence. It is also defined as the potential loss of information, meaning yung sa coin natin kanina class, okay, that you have an outcome of 2, that is 1 bit of information. But when it's already unequally likely, it gives us 4.469 lang. Meaning, from 1, it was reduced. So it was lost. So potential loss of information because of the different probabilities. At kapag may different probabilities po tayo, yung mas nag-o-occur, yun yung mas tinatawag nating redundant. Example, magre-present ako ng info, A. So, kunwari I will be using 10 letters of the alphabet lang, no? That is A to J. Ngawa, A ang una kong binigay. Sunod. So, dito siya siyang kung in-offer, mapapansin mo, 4 times nag-occur yung A. So, sino ang nag-iisip ngayon, paki-thumbs up, na most likely ay mag-o-occur ulit ang A. Kung maglalagay pa ako ng mga 5 pang occurrence. So, kung magigess ka, tanong sa'yo, ano kaya yung pasampo, A or J? Malaki ang chance na mag-guess ka na baka A ulit. So, ibig sabihin, class, nare-reduce na yung ating uncertainty, nalalabas yung A. Parang may certainty ka na siguro A na naman. Diga? Pero yung ibang letters, hindi mo mag-guarantee. Or since nag-occur na yung B, C, J, F, at I, pwede kang magkaroon ng kaisipan naman, na-reduce na din yung uncertainty mo, nalalabas pa itong mga letrang ito. Posible mong maisip na siguro A ulit, or posible namang isipin mo na siguro iba naman. Pero maliit yung katiyakan, class, or malaki yung chance na sasabihin mo, siguro A ulit ito o ibang letter naman. Yan. So, redundancy. So, the percent redundancy class is equal to 1 minus the average divided by H max. And the H max class would be always equal to uh, the number of information conveyed for equally likely outcomes. Then multiplied it by 100. So again, the actual average info, considering the variables, and H max is the possible information that would be conveyed if the alternatives are equally likely. So let us compute for the redundancy with regards to the coin example. So the percent redundancy is equal to 1 minus h. So yung h na gagamitin natin class is yung h kapag kapag siya ay unequally likely. If I remember it right, it's 0.4690. And then divided by the maximum, which is 1 bit of information, then multiplied by 100%. Okay? So what is now your redundancy? So your answer is 53.1%. So that is the amount of information that is reduced. Okay, from the equally likely to not unequally likely. So there are some questions, interesting questions that we might answer before we proceed with the next parts. So the first question here, hindi ko na nalagyan ng animation. Yain na. How can the informational content of a task be quantified? Okay. So, syempre, sinagot naman natin and explain kanina, information can be measured in bits. Okay, so the bits is the amount of information required to decide between equally likely alternative, or it could be also in terms of an unequally likely outcome. Okay, but uh, the information, as we have said, will be reduced if the outcomes will not be equally likely, since we'll have a greater familiarization, or will have a reduced uncertainty on those outcomes that would likely to occur more often. Okay. The next class, may sagot po dito, ay may tanong dito, what is redundancy? By context, it is defined as the reduction of informational content due to an alternative that is not being equally likely to occur. And give everyday example of redundancy in everyday life, a traffic signal. Tapos tatanungin ko din kayo ng iba pa. Okay? After this, pwede na kayo mag-isip. Magbibigay din ako ng isa pa para guidance. So sa traffic signal po, pwede kang magkaroon ng redundancy. Sa paano daw paraan? So, ito po yung positive. Okay? Advantage po siya. Traffic signal uses redundancy to assist individual with deficiencies in color vision. Hindi niya malaman na red, na yellow or orange or green. So, ang ginagawa po, dahil hindi naman siya impaired sa ibang aspect ng kanyang vision, yung red light ay inilalagay daw sa top position. That is one way to be redundant. Ibig sabihin, nire-replicate mo yung information na ang red ay para sa stop at kung ang umilaw ay yung nasa top, stop din ang ibig sabihin nun kasi hindi niya nga makita na maayos na pula yun. Okay? So, nagkakaroon dito ng two dimensions, color and position. Sometimes, ginagamit din class yung shape. Ano, gagawa ka ng traffic light, pwede mong gawa ng iba't ibang shape siya. Di ba commonly, pare-parehong bilog yon. O paano kung color impaired nga siya? So, pwede mong gawin for example na stop ay triangle o warning, stop na. Pagkatapos ay bilog, go ka. Tapos square, say for example, get ready. So that is being redundant para magkaroon ka ng assistance. But syempre, ang redundancy ay may disadvantage din. Okay? Ano yung disadvantage niya? Kapag, pag ikaw ay sobrang mentally overloaded and then you are given a repetitive instruction that burdens you. Sabi mo, sa nanay mo, paulit-ulit ka naman. Ganyan, di ba? Irritated ka na. Redundancy can also be done, say for example, so sa work area, meron kang visual instructions. This is information. Itong information na to, say for example, plus ay nakadikit sa makina. Okay, yan, nakapost diyan. Yung info, ito yung operator, pinaka-guide niya. Okay, at bukod doon, class ay, say for example, meron pa siya na nakakabit diyan na alarm system na nagsasabi ng instruction at a certain period of time. O kaya naman, bukod dyan, na may instruction diyan, merong ikakabit sa dito na monitoring that would guide you tungkol doon sa info na yon. Kumbaga, that is to always remind the person, lalo na kung critical, yung kanyang operation. Are we still clear, everyone? Okay pa tayo? Okay, sige po. I still have time. So bandwidth or channel capacity is the maximum of information processing of speed in a given channel. So maximum speed po. So ibig sabihin, it is given by bit or amount of information which is bit per unit of time. And that commonly that time is, of course, the second, it could be minutes, it could be hour. Okay? So pag halimbawa, magda-download ka ng video o magda-download ka ng any file. Ako, kabagal naman kasi bawa 10 bit per millisecond, ganyan. Diba sabi ko, bagal, ganito lang yung rate. So, yung speed niya, class, ay, magpapakabit ka din ng internet. Tatanungin mo, ano ga pong bandwidth niyan? Ano ga pong speed niya? Ay siya, gana rin, megabit per second or terabit per second. The faster is the speed, of course, the higher the rate you have to pay. Agree ba kayo, class? Diba pag nagkapakabit tayo ng internet, depende yan sa ating bandwidth. Gaano kabilis. The more bilis, the more bayad. Tas kung konti lang, halimbawa, yung plan mo, pero minsan din, nakadepende yun kung ilan yung ipoprovide sa iyo na unit of information. Ay, halimbawa, ay, kunwari class, kahit sa mga phone natin, di ba mas mahal? Sabi, ma'am, expandable po yan hanggang 512. Magkano po yung ganyan? 100K po. iPhone ata ang gusto mong bilhin. 100K po yung presyo, pero yan po ay 258 lamang. Pero expandable po yan. Kaya lang, para ma-achieve niyo yung gantong kataas, ganito po yung presyo. Class, pag bumibili ba kayo ng cellphone, are you interested also with that speed? Do you check it? Send me thumbs up if you are familiar and you agree that the more, wala pa akong tanong, mas malaki yung capacity na yan, class, is mas mahal yung bayad. Sino dyan? Sino dyan ang may iPhone na latest at 100, magkano yun? 512 ang capacity. Hindi ikaw. Ayoko din. Walang pambili. Anyway, the bandwidth or channel capacity is the maximum speed. So for human operator daw, class, ano yung ating channel capacity? That is as low as 6 to 7 bits per second. Okay? Plus ito kanina, to 6 to 7 bits per second na to, parang nakita ko to na ipinlay, though wala naman akong attention doon. Masyado kasi ako ay may hinahanap na ibang file. Doon sa ating short-term memory. Ano, ibig sabihin, pag yan ay hindi mo in-store, nahagip mo, mamaya nakalimutan mo na. So, laging kailangan ay meron kang notes taking so that you can recall it later. And it could be 50 bits per second for speech communication. Mas mabilis tayo mag-deliver ng information. Mas mabilis tayong, mas madami tayong nasasabi kaysa sa kayang basahin most likely. Tapos na highlight lang natin kanina yung sa pinanood nyo, sa mga hindi late, yung iconic at saka yung echoic. Bakit dalawa lang po? Isabi natin, class, ang predominant na sense natin ay yung I, is icons, we see images, at echoic, echo, because we hear sounds that is for the ear. So ganun din, class, ang pag-deliver sa atin ng info is either by the sound or by the eye. Okay? Syempre yung iba din naman, information through the other senses are also possible. Pero pinaka-common po ito. Okay, so for purely storage of the ear, kaya ko nabanggit, echoic, information not reaching decision making, the bandwidth approaches 10,000 bits per second. So yun yung ini-stay natin, class, sa ating short-term memory. Tapos, may question dito. Is the actual amount of information that is processed of the brain higher or lower than the received information? Ulitin ko, yun bang amount na information na pinrocess ng brain, higher or lower ba siya kaysa dun sa na-receive mong information? Pakisagot. Huwag mag-fear na magbigay ng kanyang sagot. Iko-correct na lang natin kung magkamali. Lagyan mo na din ng bakit. Okay? Huwag mag-Google search. Huwag magtatanong kay Chat GPT. Ikaw lang dapat ito. Wala namang reference during exam. Kundi yung iyong knowledge. Sa palagay mo, alin yung bang pinarasis ng ating utak ay mas mataas ba o mas mababa doon sa information na na-receive? Okay? Pasend po agad, ha? Habang sinesearch ko lang itong video. If the video will be too long, ay kayo na ang magnonood on other time, at kung maigsi naman, edi pwede natin i-play ngayon. Alright. I think no need na i-play yun. Medyo technical yung video. Class, anong sagot nyo? Okay, send po ha. Send ang answer, send. Huwag pong pakatagalan. May next parts pa po tayo. Para po sa akin, independent yung information receipt po ay stored ay may stored na sa long-term memory. If meron may higher po, and kung no or wala ay lower po. The actual information process is lower than the information received due to reasons that like not all information are absorbed and we tend to forget percentage of information that we hear. Good point, Teresa. May point din naman si Gerald, pero I think naman hindi na kayo mag-change ng saka wala naman deduction kung sakali mamali. Kung akong tatanungin yung class, no, doon may point si GQ doon. Napa-GQ na ako, Gerald. Ay, para sa akin ay mas may tendency lower. Dahil nga, tama yung sinabi ni Teresa na may higher pala din. If ever po may background ka na doon sa na-receive information, wala naman po ay lower. Kaparahan ng kay Matthew. May mga point naman kayong lahat. But on a usual context na usually yung nare-receive nating information ay may tendency tayo na yung mahinder o kaya ay hindi mo totally matransmit na apektuhan ng noise, class. Noise hindi ingay ha. Interferences, barrier. Kaya most likely ay mas mababa. Pero correct din yung context nga na kung sakaling hindi mo man naintindihan lahat yung information, kung may background ka na, mapaprocess mo pa din correctly. Pag in general class, mas mababa talaga. Okay? Yun, tama si Kurt Kumoy. Kasi yung selective agent, nalilimit tayo based kung ano lang yung ating na-entertain. O kaya, based kung ano yung ating na-perceive. Kasi buo yung information, mali yung perception, mali din yung kung ano lang yung na-perceive mo, yun lang yung interpretation mo, yun din na ipaprocess ng brain mo. Generally, lower. Okay, sige po. Thank you for your answers. Others can send pa rin. Let's talk about entropy. So, class, yung entropy naman, similar din siya that it is the amount of information. Okay? So, usually, halimbawa, find the entropy. So, we're being asked lang po of the H. Okay? So, it is a amount of information in the stimulus depends on the probability that the stimulus carries relevant in the information. And we have said that the maximum amount of information will be conveyed or equally likely outcome, and it will be reduced depending on the probabilities assigned to each of the different outcomes. Also, when we say entropy, it speaks about information uncertainty. So, sinasabi rin class na yung entropy ay information uncertainty. Okay? Parang, ano nga yun? How well or how certain we are about the possible information to be conveyed. And usually, si Shannon, ano ang pangalan ni Shannon? Nakalimutan ko. Shannon and Weaver class are the pioneer of information theory. They defined uncertain entropy. At si Shannon class ang kinikilalang father of HIP or entropy. Google search ko lang mabilis kung anong complete name niya kasi at the tip of my tongue. Okay, ano ang pangalan ni Shannon? Complete. Shannon, mathematical model. Sabi dito, Shannon-Weaver model is a mathematical model that describes how communication happens from a sender to a receiver. So, si Shannon ay isang American mathematician, electronic engineer, at si Weaver naman ay isang American scientist Tapos, nag-join together sila para mabuo noong 1948, yung tinatawag nating, yan, wala. Nahanap ko lang yung complete name ni Shannon. Manaklasan. So, para magkaroon pa tayo ng mas background tungkol kay Shannon, just like, bigyan ko ng konting backgrounder. This is just an additional info. So, ito po yung Shannon Weaver's model of communication. Yan. So, screenshot nyo na lang. Sabi po dito, the model deals with various concepts like information source, transmitter, noise channel, message receiver channel, information destination, encode, and decoding. So let's explain each part. The sender class is the originator of message or the information source which selects the desired message. So tama yung sinabi kanina na tayo po ay selective agent. So depende sa attention na binigay natin kung ano ang information na ating mape-perceive or masisense. Meron tayong encoder. Encoder is the transmitter which converts the message into signals. Kasi yung class ating na-receive na information, there is raw na kailangan mo ma-transmit or ma-translate into neural signal to the brain. Okay? And usually class, the signal waves, signal-like waves, tinatawag natin silang mga binary data. Kaya nga, tinatawag natin bit ito. Parang nakasay ng 0 or 1, present or not. Parang ganun, di ba? Decoder naman, ay di nangyayari. Parang na class, na-trigger na yung sense organ mo. So the decoder would be the reception place of the signal where the conversion of the signal into message will happen. So this is the reverse of the process of encoding. And then the receiver, of course, the brain yun kung sa atin, kung personal yung convey ng information and not from one person to another or from a person to a user computer interface. So the receiver is the destination of the message from the sender. And of course, prevalent po ang pagkakaroon ng noise. Okay, so during this part, there could be distraction or there could be any na barrier na pwede mag-distract dun sa channel para yung transmission ay ating hindi ma-proceed ng very smoothly. Ano? And of course, class, very important if we're talking about communication is to have a feedback. Parang halimbawa, nag-usap tayo, tapos ako lang nag-email, tinanong ko kayo, hindi kayo sumagot. So, hindi natin masabi na meron yung communication talaga. Yon, ang pangalan po ni class, ni ni Shannon ay si Claude. Tapos si naman, si Weaver ay si Warren. Sige, lagay natin para familiar kayo sa dalawang person. Okay, si Shannon po, ang pangalan niya ay si Claude. So, father of yan, information theory. And si Weaver, ang pangalan niya ay si Warren. Okay, 943 time check. So, Shannon and Weaver on 1948, actually class, sinabi ko sa inyo na noong 1948 talaga, kinreate nila yung parang title na a mathematical model for communication, something like that. And officially, dahil kinreate nila ng 1948, parang by this year siya na-establish or na-recognize as a model of the communication theory. So, Shannon Weaver, again si Claude ito, at si Warren, presented a model of calculation of information in terms of bits. So, iyan nga po yung tatlong yon at wala pa tayong problem na nadideal dito. Meron dyan na isa, sana iabutin. Okay. Kung hindi, dito be continue tayo tomorrow. Next is, kasi kailangan natin class na mag-foundation ng ating para sa experiment which is the simple reaction time. So class, meron ako ditong kinuha ng mga example. We're not familiar that a deck of cards is 64 but so be it na 64 siya. So ang commonly kasi natin class ay 52. Tiga, 52. So kung ano man yung nakasama dyan, let it be na lang. So let us follow po yung process kasi meron tayong kailangan establish na conclusion at the end. So start with a deck of 64 cards. So there are 4 suits. 64 divided by 4, that would be 16 for each of the suit. Okay? 16 each for every suit. You ask a person to think of a card. Halimbawa, from here, alam niyo yung composition ng 52 cards, think of a card. Okay? At ang gusto natin is to identify what is the card the person is thinking of. Imagining 52 class, nag-isip ako. Class, nag-iisip ako ngayon ng card. Ano sa palagay ninyo ang iniisip kong card? Hindi ako magdadaya. Naka-establish na sa isip ko yung card. Can you make a guess? Okay, send po ninyo. Can you guess? What is the card on my mind? Eight of Hearts, Queen of Hearts. Sige po. King of Spade, hindi. Sige, guess pa. Guess pa, class. To be continue tayo bukas kung ano man matapos natin ngayon. Ace of Spade, Ace of Spade. Hindi. Okay, so medyo mahirap. Hindi kasama yung Joker, syempre. Kasi sa 52 ako nagtanong, wala naman Joker dun sa 52. Ano yung Cup of Joe? I'm not familiar. Hindi ko talaga alam. Jack of all trades, i.e. So, sige. Bigyan ko pa kayo ng hint. Hint will be, um, it is a number card, class. It is a number card. Okay? So, mali yung Ace of Hearts kasi sabi ko ay number card, number. So, pag number card, 1 to 9. Tama. Okay? Make a guess? Make a guess? May gusto akong i-establish. Bakit ko pinapahulaan? Okay, may nag-send na. May nag-send. Meron na bang nakakuha? Wala pa. I'll give you another clue. Wala pa ako nakitang nagtama. I'll give you another clue. It is red. It is a red card. Class, it is a red card. It is a red card. Yan, may nakakuha na ng tamang sagot. Si Matthew, Maala. So, that is a 7 of hearts. Okay, ano yung gusto nating i-point out, class? Ano yung gusto nating i-point out? Kapag po, di ba equally likely yung card, class? Equally likely. Madaya ka, Nobiel. Madaya ka, Nobiel. Equally likely. Ngayon, mahirap mag-isip dun sa 52. Pero class, since in-offer kayo ng reduction ng information, binabaan yung uncertainty, ginawa ko na lang siya na numbered card. So, lumiit yung uncertainty mo. So, pag lumiit yung uncertainty mo, reduce na yung information. Di ka? Kasi, from 52, liliit na yon. Ano na lang yon? 1 to 9, so that is 9 multiplied by 4 na lang. 36 options. Tapos, sabi ko ay siya ay naging red o divided by 2. Konti na lang options. So, nakukuha niyo gaklas yung point nung reduction of information or reduction of uncertainty. Kapag lumiliit yung uncertainty, ay mas kokonti yung information na naiko-convey sa'yo. 18 na lang. Ganyan. Anyway, so dito, to quantify yung ginawa nating experiment, pakisolve na lang agad. Kung makikita nyo class dito, HS yun. Bakit S? So, it stands for parang Shannon's entropy. Parang ganun. Ano? Kaya may subscript siyang S. So, you can ask person for a hint. Nagbigay ako ng hint sa inyo dun sa activity. Hindi lang natin kinompute kung ilang total of information yung na-convey. But the thing is, lumiliit yung amount of information as you reduce the uncertainty. So dito, using equally likely outcome, logarithmic and base of 64, 6 bits of information po yun. Pero, class, uh, so kung tatanungin tayo ng probability, of course, that is equally likely 1 over 64. Okay? At pwede mong gamitin yung second formula, class, pwede mo daw gamitin yung second formula to find the same 6 bits. So, ano yung equal formula na yun? So, that is equal to uh, the logarithmic of 1 over p. So, pansinin nyo po dito, so yung 1 over p natin, 1 divided by the probability ng 1 over 64, 6 bits din. Kumbaga, yung second formula ay pwede mo pa rin ipanggamit para makuha mo yung sagot na same na pinaprovide ng first formula. Yun yung bottom line nun. Ngayon, nagbigay ako ng hint. Kunwari sa problem na to, nagsabi ako na siya red. So, yung ating 64 magiging 32. Okay? So, class, pakikuha nga po. Pakikuha nung H kapag 32 na cards na lang. H 32, hindi ko na isusulat yung formula substitution. Bigyan niyo na lang ako ng solution. Ng final answer. Okay, what is H 32? Bakit po naging 32? Ano yung kanina ko sabi ko? It's a numbered card. Naging H 36 na yun. It's a red card. O, it's H 18 na lang. So, ito, nireduce, nagbigay ng hint, naging red siya. So, 64 divided by 2, so naging 32 cards. Pakisend po agad H 32. Slide number ano tayo? 20. Yan, 5 bits, So, 5 bits class. Kaya ang sabi po dito ay na-reduce ng 1 bit. Yan, na-reduce ng 1 bit yung info by giving a hint. And then you give a hint class that is red and then you make it a heart. Okay, so mula dun sa 32, magkakaroon tayo ng H 16 na lang. Okay, what is H 16? Palit ng palit yung clue. Nare-reduce yung uncertainty. I have already given the point that when you reduce the uncertainty, the lesser na is, the amount of information. Okay, and that becomes 4. 4 bits. 4 bits is 1 bit lower. Plus, so tama yung sinabi kanina, nado-double, nadi-decrease. Kahit pag mag-reduce tayo class, when it's divided in half, ay nagdi-decrease. When it's doubled, ay nag-i-increase ng 1. Tapos sabi, di ba meron tayong heart, say for example, na 16? Tapos sabi mo, the lower 8 hearts, so 16 divided by 2 plus the lower hearts. So kung 16 yun, divide by half, magiging each ng 8. Hindi nyo na isa-solve. Lalabas dun ay 3. Tapos the lower 4 cards, may 8 card, ginawang 4. Ang each 2 natin ay 4, ay magiging 2. 2 bits. Hanggang ma-reduce mo na into 2, each of 2, and that each of 2 that we know, nang una natin pinagsimulan 1 bit. So, ang bottom line nito, class, ay as you reduce the uncertainty, nare-reduce din yung amount of information na maiko-convey sa'yo. And another one, if you doubled class the outcome, there will be an additional 1 bit of information. So this is just the same example. kanina, yung 90 and 10%. And we have only 5 minutes. Ano po? Aliklas, aling 25 onwards, hindi naman natin siya i-discuss kasi technical na yan. Ang mga ECE electronic na po yun, hindi na siya covered ng ating area. Nilagay ko lang dyan. So, we end doon sa ito. Ito po yung third example, doon sa third type, that we have conditional probability. Hindi po kasya ang 6 minutes to calculate this. So, we'll continue discussion and we'll begin with calculation of the entropy or the amount of information using the third classification, which is the use of conditional probability. Kasi yung una, equal probability. Pangalawa, equal probability. At yung pangatlo is conditional probability. Are we clear? Let's continue tomorrow with with another topic and with some more example problems. Okay? So that's it for now. Bye everyone. End ko na po ha. Sige, I'll give a minute. Baka may question. Meron bang question?